Okay, we're ready to go. So, I did review and gave my first thoughts on Снегурочка a few days ago, and I was pretty underwhelmed. So, even so, we're gonna give it a try and see what actually happens in practice. Because having opinions is all well and good, but stuff either work or they don't. So then, let's go and see for ourselves. I'm going to do it in IS4 because DP isn't that important in most ISs. Like if I'm playing IS5, I don't give a shit about DP that much. IS4 you actually need DP, so we can properly test if she works well here or not. Which one was the scientific quote? This one. I could just type it in the Latin, I guess, but I'm lazy. Снегурочка should be accurate enough. Okay, do we gamble to get a hope item back? Because otherwise this option sucks ass. I guess none of that matters to our Vanguard testing, so I'm gonna skip it. Yeah, I actually thought of using the snow team for clickbait as well. Something like depressed salad woman goes to a mountain. Couldn't think of good phrasing that conveys what we're doing, so I went with something more obvious. Anyhow, even though we want to test out the Vanguard, we're going to start with the normal pinecone click squad. Because starting with anything other than that with 4 stars is an excellent way to go back to the start of floor 1 very quickly. Oh no, we're not playing because CM because of Снегурочка. We obviously have her on EN Pizza. I just enjoy not being able to read. It makes me feel more EN, that's why I play on CN. Okay, 3 fights no matter what we do. What are you dying from? If it's gonna be fast, I'll try to last long enough. Why are you in a hospital then? Just die in your bed like a normal person. Hi, did he? Oh shit, I should have killed the chest with click. I didn't notice it. The tragedy of looking at the chat. Now I'm going to take it out on you by making you wait around for click to redeploy. We'll just leave one alive. Actually that might not work. I wonder if click will actually make it. I did kind of fuck up. Spot should be able to tank them. Oh yeah, these guys actually have res, but click has DPS, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it really feels weird when 4 stars don't cost hope. Not that it's that big of a deal in practice, and I get why they did it because for most people there's no reason to pick a 4 star if they cost hope, compared to how much more powerful 6 stars are. But from my perspective it feels really weird when I play. Nah, I remember 3 stars costing hope as well. Though that's just IS3 and IS4. In IS2 they didn't. Well, we're testing a Vanguard, right? Cephalopod. Why are you wearing glasses? How does that even work on a Cephalopod? Never mind. We're testing a Vanguard and the only ISs in which DP is a meaningful resource are IS4 and IS6. And I would get bodied by IS6, so we're playing IS4. Yeah, I also use 4 stars quite a bit in IS. Though I think for most people the basic experience is to just pick some meta 6 star, you know. That's Roach themed, and then pick 3 stars until they have hope for another 6 star. I reckon that is strategically correct, with the exception of maybe picking something like Cantabile for a Vanguard. Okay, we got our Snow Woman. I also refuse to use roaches. So, assuming we have an enemy in range consistently, S1 generates much more DP than S2. But that's functionally very unlikely in a lot of stages, so for most of them we're probably going to run S2, even though it sucks. And basically the question here is whether we get anything more out of her than we get out of Myrtle. The fuck do you mean Wizardo can't do shit to rock once? What? Are you using an E1 Roach or what? I mean, I'd respect it, but have you considered E2ing the Roach? I've heard she's pretty good. We'll just start with a bunch of DP, so Vanguards are worthless here, because you can just deploy your DPS straight away. We have a need to Pinecone, so what Снегурочка does on this stage is completely irrelevant, because we already have our Wincon. I could change the skill around so you can see her do minimum damage, I guess, but you know, this is just a Pinecone, so when you have a need to Pinecone, click is here for moral support. This is basically the stage that forces me to pick Pinecone, though there are a lot of other stages where she's really good. If I don't pick Pinecone as 4 stars and I get this stage, I'm probably going to die. Okay, starting DP. So this is an item that makes agents look bad, because you need... Ooh, Broken Rune. Because you need DP less now. Because you can just go straight to your DPSs. Makes Vanguards kind of bad in general, but whatever. Okay, so... the correct pick is Ethan. Do I pick something that's less good? For variety. I kind of don't want to, because it will really suck us on that stage with the chapter 12 enemies. Because I need someone to reveal them and Ethan covers that. And then he also holds Chaos. So Ethan is definitely the better pick. Let's pick Contrail. But for tryharding purposes, Ethan is 110% the better pick there. Because of how the stages and floor to work. Okay. Free E2 Contrail. Getting bullied for not picking Ethan right away. E2 click. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Reroll. Vanguard, but no hope, so we can't E2. We're probably just getting these books and moving on. The only item here I want are stun mines. We already have 2 ingots, no need to withdraw them. How hard is IS-6 for 4 stars only? Past about difficulty 11, it's just an RNG shitfest. Because you basically need a 6-star operator to properly interact with the mechanics where you can farm and power up. You know, a 6-star operator called Radian. And without that, actually getting consistent winning runs is just RNG. The highest difficulty can be done with no operators, because there's an encounter so stupid that if you get it, you instantly win the game. But if you're actually trying to consistently win with 4 stars, it's very, very RNG. Only option on this one. Wishlist for 4 star? I have all the stuff I want, so no preference. Free win stage. This is another example of a stage where a Vanguard doesn't do anything for me. But the more annoying DP checks come on floor 3, so she should be able to actually do something useful then. The reason she doesn't do anything here is I can go spot pinecone, click, and that just resolves the stage immediately. Yay, we got 8 DP, which we don't need to begin with, but, you know, details. Yeah, I still don't have a Bard, but to be fair, as long as it's not a guard, I'm going to take it. I went from something that buff clicks attack to please don't be a guard. You can get Exia in one pool, of course. You're not going to do it, but you can. No, not the Earthshaker. Please, no. Please, God, no. The other class I really don't want is... What the fuck did we call the Rusmontis class again? Flinger? Yeah, I don't want a Flinger. Flinger would be super shit on... Oh yeah, so I don't want Ritualists, Flingers, Primal Casters. In other words, give me a fucking supporter. For snipers, anything that has a low physical attack is very bad on a 4-star, because 4-stars have lower stats. Oh, we got WAG, let's go. I can just focus on chat now and be lazy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Abjurers as an archetype. You do understand that one of the best healers in the game, even outside of the 6-star that power creeps her, is a 5-star Abjurer, right? I think. Is that what the Bond was? I don't remember. Okay, so this buff Снегурочка is 1. We're still going to use her as 2 because I really don't care about her damage. Okay, so this turns stuff into encounters unless it was with a green rune. So we can't combo it with this, but we can combo it with this. Obviously we're taking it over one tile anyway. I was just reminding myself of how runes work. The bear tanker. Double ending. You think we won't die to the normal ending? Thank you for the vote of confidence. How's my weekend? Alright. I stayed up messing around with the 3-stars because I thought of doing it really late. Okay, so this is an awful stage for an agent. Thankfully we have the chest, so at least there's something she can hit. And this is a stage where I say I kind of need Ethan. But we have 2 defenders, so we can kind of cope with that. Let's reason through. Because I won't click on the bottom, so I don't have to deal with the other fellas. Actually, no, we can just block it here. So we can just go like this, I reckon. And then spot here and we should be fine. It's not a big deal if some of the guys sneak over. Yeah, and we'll just stop these guys from being annoying. Because unlike my agent, Contrail is a monster that can tank basic enemies for some fucking reason. I think it's kind of ridiculous that she can do that, considering she spends like 90% of her time in the air. Okay. This thing has no defense, so she can just kill it for me. And then we'll just face tank this thing. Hi, broth. A rocket guy from Lone Trail. No idea what that's referring to. Go slow. We definitely needed the slow. This archetype is so ridiculous, man. Like, her defense is so obscenely high for a... Imagine a random Lord Guard just having such high defense that they don't die off skew when something looks at them. And then they just go completely fucking invincible on skew. It's such a crazy, crazy archetype. Hopefully the 6-star power creeps the roach by just flying forever and... You know what? The 6-star Sky Ranger should just be a fucking bear artillery drone. It just drops bears on enemies or something. I guess Quora's objectively the best pick. Simply because she's not complete garbage at T1. But I do need a heavy defender for later. Yeah, I'll go with Quora. I kind of like using Bubble, because if your DP is shit, you can use her to kill trash mobs with the damage reflect. Oh, what's the fight? Free win. How much defense does Max Arene have? Significantly less. Somewhere between 300 and 400. I'd have to look it up. It's still more than Cutter for the record. Tragically, there's no reason to use a Vanguard here. But we should be able to see how much DP she generates. So my assumption is that she's going to perform infinitely worse than Myrtle for 3 reasons. First, her DP generation is conditional. You actually need a target, which when you're getting crushed by trash mobs and deploy something else to kill them, can quickly become a problem. This looks really goofy, but Pinecone is only here to tank the ranged operators anyway, so it doesn't matter. The second is that her skill cycle is much worse than Myrtle. She takes 39 seconds to cycle, Myrtle takes 30, and they should probably generate under optimal conditions the same amount of DP. And the worst of all is that she gets her first skill rotation slower than Myrtle, which can put her very behind if you're playing on some hard map where this actually matters. My prediction is that she's exactly as bad as expected. I don't think I'm missing anything, but we'll see once we get to the floors where DP is actually a relevant resource. Oh no! Another person who doesn't know why they fall in the hole. I'm not explaining it, chat can do it for you. Okay, the worst item in IS4. Let's fucking go. It gives extra XP if you have a bunch of debuffs. Shockingly, you don't want a bunch of debuffs. Okay, too. I'm missing one mastery on her skill 1. It's only 20% extra attack damage, so functionally changes absolutely nothing. Okay, Broken Horn, Stun Mines. And we definitely want this. Even for a fodder caster. Mines kind of completely remove the row of Vanguard here, so we're going to skip them. And take this instead. Have I fought the new Emperor's Blade boss? No, I haven't been playing chapter 16 much. Why IS4? Because you need DP in IS4. DP is a fairly meaningless resources in the other IS maps. Ooh, so we have 30% arts damage, caster attack, attack when they're next to each other, arts damage. Okay, so we want to prioritize casters over everything. Spawning with reduced health, yeah, that's extremely harmless. Though I should take note that we still don't have a medic. What's the boss? The boss where you kind of want a medic, of course. Do I have a guaranteed way to remove a fight in front of me? Basically, I want to try going like this. And then spawning 3 wish notes and getting 2 of them. But this is really dangerous, so I want to make sure I can remove this emergency fight if I really have to. Skipping it means skipping 2 fights. And you cannot play safe with 4 stars in IS4. I need every bit of power I can get my hands on. So we're gonna take this fight. Yeah, that's doable. If I think this fight is unplayable, I will use this and... this won't work. This and this to remove it. But only if I think this fight will outright kill me. If I think I can survive it, even if I lose life, so take the fight. This one gives us extra lives, right? Anyone remember how many extra lives I needed to start stacking shields? Was it 9 or 11? If it's 9, it's worth doing right now, like this. If it's 11, I should save it for later. It's 9. Okay, so it might be worth it to just use the random rune. Nine, 10. I think it's not 10. I think it was 10. No, I think it was 9 in IS3 and 11 here. Yeah, it was 11 here. So there's no reason to use it. The click buffer. Okay, so now we have mastery. So it takes only 10 seconds after she's deployed to start generating DP. Which is already worse than Myrtle. But let's not dwell on that. The model isn't maxed because I don't have full trust yet, but the trust itself is worthless, so this is very near full power. How was the test? We're running the test right now. Fucking watch. I guess like this should work. Though I should have probably deployed Quoro. I like how she just does fucking scratch damage to an enemy with no defense, and then Pinecone hits it with the basic attack and takes a fourth of its health off. It's really funny. She's going to explode to caster in a moment, by the way. Or to this guy. We'll save the other charges for later. Because we need to bully the casters. There's only 2 of them, so they're not much of a threat. Quora is here just to get shot by casters. Yeah. I wonder if I should switch to S1 now. We don't need Contrail for anything. And GG. Let's go to the emergency and see if it's something that will beat our ass. This isn't a good comp for a lot of fights. I'm going to feel the pain of not picking an Ethan, because I didn't get a medic, so arts damage is really scary for me right now. And Ethan is actually superb at tanking arts damage, because he has both res and a really high dodge. Okay, a medic, there we go. Never mind, fuck all that shit. It's a bit weird. We were fighting the AoE boss, so I guess I want Perfumer. Okay, what's the fight? Ah, the fight where I win if I have Ethan, but I don't have Ethan because I'm trolling. We do have pretty good items though. Okay, do I kill ourselves to test if we can do this fight? To which the answer will be no, I promise you that much. Or do we skip it? What do you want to see? I am 99% sure we're gonna lose a bunch of lives, but it's probably survivable, so it might be worth it. Fight, or do the intelligent thing and skip the fight? Fight it is! Okay, we only have 7 operators. Do we want Perfumer? Like, operator spots don't grow on trees. I think not. Yeah, if I have Ethan, I just win this fight, but I'm trolling with the country I'll pick. That's one of the main reasons that I should have picked Ethan, but whatever. We're gonna put her here to poke at Avengers, because they're not that tanky. And nothing's gonna hit her there, so she can get her full value. So the way this works is that we can leave the Pinecone lane completely open. Nothing's gonna make it past Pinecone. We need to cover the side lanes and the center. Okay, Avenger should be coming soon, so let's drop her skill. Do we actually have a spot to deploy Steward? No, he can go there. Does that die in time? That's one leak. I can technically block it with Quora. Oh, yay. Yay, Pinecone and her tracing shots. Yeah, we can just activate her skill here. At some point we're gonna retreat spots so we can block the center. For now we just wanna make sure when the big wave of tanky enemies spawns, we have a Pinecone skill ready to delete them. One Avenger is almost dead, so we don't need to overcommit killing it. It has high res though, so let's help out a bit. And we can wait for the next one. Spot getting bodied. Yeah, don't worry about that, that's completely normal. Okay, here comes the big wave. Ah, short on one hit. Could have probably made it look a bit better with some better timing. And the Avenger walks through. Yeah, acceptable if we get a decent item. To be fair to Снегурочка, all of my Vanguards would have been worthless in this fight, because this fight isn't much of a DP check. There is a slight DP check on the first deployment, but because we have this item, all of that is irrelevant. So I can't blame the Snow Woman for anything that happened there. Summon a scout note or one combat note. No, now we can use this to heal, so the only real loss is some extra debuff stacking. Do we take the scout note? Eh, I don't like it much. We can E2 Quora or pick a guard. Now guards are bad, but we have spinach, so they're slightly less bad. But they're still a guard. I reckon I don't want another Vanguard, because then it lowers my incentive to use the agent. We're going to level from the next fight, so the hope stat isn't important. How is the stat, Snow Woman? Sad. Gummy's bad here. I need to be insanely overfed for Gummy to do anything. I'll just E2 Quora. Because the difference between E1 and E2 Quora is that she will not give a shit about any enemy that does physical until we get to floor 5. And that can be used to sort out many problems. Okay, alternative pathing. So if let's reason through this. So we go here and here. We have 2 points coming out. So we can go down twice, which is an opportunity to drop something like this rune. So this path guarantees 2 wish notes plus a boss key. And of course the easier emergency here. If we go to the bottom, we're down 1 point. Then we go here, and we cannot reach the boss key. We need to get at least 1 extra device, and it's very unlikely to reach. Assuming the boss key has a fight or 2, it should compensate the value here. I think we're going on the top. Just spend this to heal back up. Gummy is better in other ISs. Here I just need a defender that can actually tank. Because the basic trash mobs can body Gummy, so she doesn't work well here. I don't mind dying to ending 4, so I'll always take it if the run is half decent. But no, there's never an ending 4 run. Okay, so we drop her here, we drop a defender in front of her. We could have just dropped Pinecone too, but let's not think about that. How do we set this up ideally? I actually don't care about the frontline bonus damage. Do I want more caster space? Nah, it's fine, it's fine. We'll just do it like this. Perfumer facing back and everything else is on caster duty. We're gonna let the caster be slowed by attacking Contrail before we drop anything else. Oh no, the crocodile reduced Quora's defense. Now she only has twice the defense of everything here. Horrifying. How do you pronounce her name? Something like Снегурочка. I don't actually speak Russian, so don't quote me on that. Yeah, it's a pinecone with spinach, of course she nukes everything. That was a given from the start. Also, we have the horn, so her base attack goes through the roof. Horn plus spinach is a really good combo, for that reason. Is IS4 my favorite IS? Yep, without much competition. More squad space. That's fine and all, but what we need is deployment. More random or reduced redeployment time. This gives me an operator I can't use, so we're just gonna pick this. And a sniper or a guard. So, on one hand we have a guard, which are bad, on the other hand we have something that's not a guard. Difficult choice. Okay, now the actual hard choice. Objectively, Caper doesn't scale all that well with items in IS, even though she's pretty strong. She doesn't benefit from items all that much, so I don't think she's a good pick within the context of IS. But we have her module. If I was playing optimally, the 100% correct pick would be this guy or Mei. And then we work towards Umbrio. Those are the correct picks, but I want to try Caper with module, so we're gonna take Caper. Oh, I might use the reserved 5, but for the purposes of a 4-star run I do consider using them cheating. This isn't a true 4-star run. I'm just playing the game normally right now. So I can use them if I want, I guess. Is a country on the Balkans considered a Balkan country? Yeah, probably. Nothing interesting we can do with runes, because we have no effects and we're saving this one. So I guess we just look at the fights. Free win. You know, I clicked here to look at the condition and then I realized I can't read the condition. I assume this is the deployment limit one. It looks like it. Guess we're gonna find out. Gonna stream competitive gambling. Oh, do we have the gambling event on EN? I haven't opened EN in a couple of days. What's a Balkan country? There's a piece of Europe called the... Yeah, it was the squad and deployment limit. I guessed from how the text looked, without ever knowing it. Wizard superpowers. Okay, this is gonna be a bit awkward to sort out. So you won't click to kill these assholes. Wait until he runs on the other side and then nuke him. Then retreat, heal Pinecone back up, and then set up something to kill strays. Counterpoint, what if we just don't have any strays? Because Caper can do something nasty here. Because she makes them stop running in Pinecone range, so we might just be able to kill them all with just 2 snipers. Yeah, it's workable. Her health is comparable to Pinecone, so even if she gets insta-killed by drones, that's fine, we just replace the body. Pinecone wipes the drones in a few shots. So we use Caper's skill on the Wancer, I guess. If it makes it through... yeah, we probably need some help from Pinecone. Her skill should charge back up. Yep, exactly as expected. And let's just have click harass here. Shockingly, this is not a good stage for an agent Vanguard. Pinecone has an EN voice? Since when? I swear the only time I learned that operators have an EN voice is when somebody asked me what's my opinion of a certain EN voice. Do you think she wins that 1v1? Not with the Wancer, obviously. Go! Okay, she won. The spinach is imba. I like how she spawned with less health and then her health barely moved from the Wancer. Well, nobody has asked me about Pinecone's EN voice, so I only learned about it now. That's how it works, you know? Yay! Devices. More snipers or Ethan. Huh. Actually not sure. I really need Ethan is the point, so it's probably correct to pick Ethan here. So let's see to Caper. No Ethan for you. Normally I'd probably pick the effect, because just being able to affect a specific tile in front of you is great. But we have a bunch of triggers and no effect, so this is definitely the better one. Okay, let's fucking go. We have a real stage to fight now. Okay. Thinking time. How do we set up to not die? So, ideally we want Pinecone here. But if we just have Perfumer here, she's going to get shot in the face and die. You know, because we don't have Ethan. So, what else can we do? Perfumer definitely cannot out-heal anything. We're probably going to have to kill the casters to distance, and then cycle every defender other than one here. Oh yeah, we're 2 operators. Oh well, forced removal, I guess. Because I just realized this stage will actually just kill me. Okay, so do we gamble to actually get the... Or do we actually do the correct play, which is to do it like this, so we can remove the fight? We have a 66% chance to remove the fight. So how do you feel about gambling today? Do we gamble? I ask the gacha players. Correct play is to do it with this, because we're in a fairly good position. Gambling it is. 66% chance to win the gacha. We won the gacha! Yay! We did not die. Amazing gameplay. So skilled. Oh, bonus damage on ranged operators. And a completely worthless item. I think this was trashy, but I don't remember what it does. Somebody tell me what this does, because I'm too lazy to Google it. Because the other item is also trash. I'm not gonna collect the king set in fucking IS4. I think it gave you objective shields if you enter a boss key. Which is kind of trashy, because I'm probably gonna get 2-3 more boss keys at most. Well, still better than the King's Relic. And we can just use this here with something. Probably better to do it like this. Not that I care about the hope. I just find a rune that can target combat nodes to be more valuable. Squad space or lives? Definitely the lives, so we can start shield stacking. Why would it not be CN? Yes, extremely useful node we have here. I can't eat to Perfumer because I need her for the fight. That's the cost of instantly doing stuff. Don't worry, we're gonna die to ending one. Which skill is more garbage here? We get trash mobs for the most part, so yeah, this is just a stage where there's no DP to generate, because you get a bunch of time to set up. What you mean, put her here to hit the rocket? The thing is, by the time the rockets are a factor in anything, I'm already done with the stage. I would have... I mean, I can put her here, but I'm just gonna get Chain Lightning. And Perfumer has to be here so she can heal the bottom tile. Funny thing, by the way, Contrail is tankier than Spot. Yeah, I just don't see a good opportunity to actually use her for anything here, so I'm just gonna straight up skip and just go straight like this. It's just safer to do it like this. Okay, I guess we can generate DP off here. Though I'm mostly just baiting Chain Lightnings to body me. Oh, so much damage. Oh yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. Oops. Don't worry about the car. I guess I could have moved the Pinecone one tile back. That feels really weird to do. Not really a fan of it. You can just use Quora here, so you don't have to time anything. No use in activating Contrail. Her being a body is more useful to me. Okay, there we go. Now we just wait a bit until she fires at Caper. Yeah, like that. And then we block here and hopefully don't explode. Yay! E1 Perfumer carried. I guess I could have afforded to just have Pinecone one tile back. But I might have just leaked a Jedi or something then. Because I needed Pinecone one tile back to be able to heal Снегурочка so she can generate DP from the rocket cars. Ooh, broken item. Nice. Do we take a bunch of emergencies now? Because I don't care for the healing rune. We are in the shield stacking, so it doesn't matter. Encounters trash. I guess we'll take this. Did it show the E2s? Oh, the E2s on the front? Yeah, it did. E2ing Perfumer is perfectly reasonable, because I usually want a second medic anyway. What would be the alternative pick if I don't want to do that? Probably Totter or Indigo. Indigo has a lot of items she can benefit from. At least on the 4th floor, I don't think I want a medic that much. So maybe I'll grab Indigo. And if I want to kill myself in ending 4 like usual, I do need Totter. Or maybe we can grab him too. Fuck it, I want Indigo. Stack casters. We used her as a fast redeploy, so I guess that's agenting, from one perspective anyway. No Bosky, very unlucky, so best route should be whatever gives me the most fights. At most we can get 4, 5. This path sucks. A super bad 4th floor. We'll see if we can survive. Yeah, no, this is just a really bad 4th floor. Do I gamble on getting a good encounter? Oh wait, we can actually use this to summon more emergencies. Let's see if we can kill ourselves in an emergency. Because otherwise I'll just die later on anyway. Okay, so this is probably the nastiest emergency there is. We should have the tools for it, I reckon. And by the tools for it, I just mean fucking Pinecone. Yeah, and then something tanky on the other side of Perfumer, with bodies to throw, Contrail. No, let's go, let's go. Should be doable. Believe in the cone. The cone has the power. We're gonna end up with a really weird looking setup. Because I don't want anything to be in drone range basically. And if we lose a few cards in the process, I don't mind. Click is basically just here to pick off the heavies. Yeah, I just don't have a reason to use a Vanguard here. The stage, it's not even something specific to Снегурочка. I just have the starting DP, so I'm better off just deploying DPS, because we don't have deployment SWATs. How am I doing this ending? I'm not, because it's annoying. I think that's an excellent strategy. Oh yeah, I forgot, Contreo is a monster. Holy shit. Why did she just delete everything? We don't even have that many items buffing her. Like we have bonus arts damage, spinach, and none of that matters to her, it's just the extra attack speed. Okay, so Caper is going to explode because nothing's healing her. She's just here to help me pick off strays. Then as soon as we can, we drop spot. We don't want to use Perfumer skill. We're saving that for the next one. Human sacrifice to see if we can keep Indigo alive. Unfortunately not. Well. Good enough, I guess. That's playable. Kind of messed this up, and I should have started casting Pinecone skill earlier, because now I'll whiff a few drones. Should be playable though. Yeah, this is survivable. At most we leak one more guy, which is fine with me. I've never bothered even grinding the ending 2, the ending 4 for IS3 on difficulty 15, because I don't enjoy playing IS3 much. Oh, one of the most broken items. Let's go. And the game deigned to give me an Ethan. We'll grab the Heo, because I think we're a bit short of that. What's the next fight? Yay! A fight where we might be able to get DP. I actually don't care where it wants, but I'll use it later, because we might whiff. No, do I just get the lives right away, right? So we're just using it then. So we can start shield stacking, because I'm pretty sure we need 11 rights. No, I have beaten play right on a previous stream. Pretty sure you were in it and just forgot. What is the general ranking of the ISs in the community? I have no clue. For me it's IS4 followed by IS2 then IS5. And I don't like the other ones all that much. How do I actually set this up? Because I don't actually want to drop a defender here. Oh, I guess we can rush it out now. Okay, caper time. Because it moved out of the comfortable human sacrifice. I don't want to deal with the drone. Oh, fuck off. Then click is here for defenders. You can go home. And we just need to switch over to Pinecone and we should be fine. Okay, everyone else is just going to be used to bait drones away from this configuration. Because we don't want to deal with them. I guess she can sit there and generate DP. Oops, that's kind of a whiff from me. Not a huge issue. We need to deploy something on this tile, so the drone doesn't shoot towards Perfumer, and then we should be fine. It's fine that she's not getting healed, because we're gonna delete the drone almost immediately. Okay, we can just let her stay there, I guess. It's an E1 Eton, so just sacrifice to get rid of the drone. And yeah, we're fine. Does she have enough health to do that? Yep. Kind of lucked out by getting this stage. It can be hard, but we have the exact right squad to shit on it. So it was really easy. Five is alright. I think it gets kind of repetitive, and because I play IS a lot, it's not the best for me. Because I feel like I'm playing the same setup every time. If it gives me another E2 medic, I might just take that. We'll see. No other E2. E2 Perfumer then. I don't actually have a problem with the debuffs in IS3 that much. My problem is unrelated. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. And yeah, that ended up being a good floor. We're gonna have so many fights we're actually gonna scale. Oh, playing this without Totter. That's gonna be interesting. So the gimmick here is that the caster was invisible, which I guess is fine. Do we want to use S1 or S2? Because if she kills a spider before her S2 charges, that's kind of worthless to me. Caper should cheat on this stage anyway. No, I don't like playing Guys 3 because the first two floors are incredibly fucking boring and they take 20 minutes. Because what I want to do to play optimally with 4 stars is scale up by eating a lot of fights. But it's pretty likely that doing that will just kill me. So it ends up... sorry, not kill me. If I don't do that, I'll just die. Yeah, we just have to have her frozen. There is no good tile otherwise. And we'll see if she can generate some DP there. My guess would be no, judging from the 2 spiders coming over. I wonder if we can have Contrail charge up here. Yeah, we just needed Quora from the start. Use a different tile. That one's no good. Like this should be fine. I feel the fact that she starts slower than Myrtle is really impractical a lot of the time. I'm gonna switch her to Caper once she kills herself. Nothing I can do about those spiders, they can just fuck off. I'm fine with leaking a bunch on the bottom. Although, holy shit. Contrail does so much damage, it's insane. Can I get away with having eaten here? Kind of doubt it. But he did bait the other way, so works for me, I guess. Pinecone will cover this lane. Or not. Meh. I would have gotten a better result if I just went something like Quora, then Caper here. Or the other way around makes more sense. And then just not bother to use a Vanguard at all. This is... how do I put it? This is less of a particular problem with this Vanguard, and more that I really need Totter for this stage and it becomes awkward without it. But if I just had a Myrtle, I would have gotten a better outcome at the start. Because you don't have to consider how to set this up so she can both hit something and then not fuck off. Definitely could be played better. But it's an example of where her skill charging really slowly is extremely awkward. Like those 10 seconds after I deploy her, combined with there not being a safe tile at the start, really limits her utility. Yay, deployment limit I need to eaten. How's the new Vanguard so far? About as expected. But I'll be happy to be proven wrong at some point, I guess. Do I just summon more emergencies? Yeah, I guess. And see if we can scale to the point where we can do something. So my main problem with them is that the actual effect of their skill apart from generating DP is fairly worthless. So the question ended up being with why don't I just bring Myrtle, because Myrtle generates more DP and does other shit. Or Beanstalk, who generates way less DP, but is then competent in a fight on top of that. I think we skip the normal fight, because we don't want to lose a life. No, actually it doesn't matter at this point, because we lost our shield. I'd say the biggest limitation is just the SP difference. Because for an agent to generate DP, you need to deploy them in a relatively dangerous position. It's not Ines or Kanta where they're fucking invisible and you can just drop them on the drone. I can't do that here, for example. So here, we don't have a target to generate DP. Of course, that doesn't fucking matter because we'll just kill everything in a moment. So we're fine. Do I just block them with the Vanguard? Then set up for all the other stuff? Yeah, that's probably what I want. The Vanguard fighting trash mobs, which is where I get the problem that I'm talking about. Because the basic mobs will just body her. Okay, so that's the drones taken care of. Do we just do the bush thing with Ethan so I don't have to deal with the top lane at all? Yeah, let's go with that. No, she's really not a defensive agent in any meaningful capacity. She doesn't want to be hit, yeah, but other than that... Like, how is not wanting to be hit a defensive agent in the first place? My experience so far is that I would have zero reason to pick her over Beanstalk or Myrtle. We'll keep going after this run, of course, and we'll see. If we're playing something like IS-5, there's more stages where you just have random enemies that sit around a lot, but you also don't need SP that much in IS-5, which is why I went to IS-4. IS4 is actually hard on DP. Defense difference. I like how the basic enemy bodies her in a few hits and does nothing to Contrail, by the way. I don't need DP in IS5 to begin with. So even if she was good there, it wouldn't mean much to me. Because I don't care about DP as a resource when I'm playing IS5. I'm probably gonna need this rune in a bit to regain our shields. Yeah, I might just drop it after we're more walked in. After this fight, I guess. Yep, more emergencies here. Oh, this one again. Her S1 is balanced around how much DP it generates. In terms of DP generation, her S1 is slightly worse than Myrtle. The problem is that her S1 is significantly better than her S2 at generating DP. And because you can't just drop her on enemies as they come in, both because her skill isn't going to be ready, and because they can just kill her, you end up in a situation where you just have to wait around. And that can get her killed really easily. We're gonna... Okay, that should be fine. Hold the shot for the fat guy. And we always lose cars here. That's just the nature of the stage. Nothing to be done about that. I'm not gonna stop that. Be free, I guess. We don't actually need Ethan for anything, so we'll just use him as a human sacrifice to the drone swarm. I guess we can go back to Contrail. Oops. I was really hoping for more stuns. I think I drop her skill about now. And it should be back for the third wave, if I remember how this works. The other formation is better apparently, the more you know. Don't use the skill. Okay, so now as operators die, we want to drop other bodies to share the damage, to avoid getting deleted. Ethan's not relevant anymore. Pinecone still casting. Okay, good enough. The only way I'm ever going to not leak on this stage is if I have Mei S1, so I can kill all the drones early from a distance. If I don't have that, I'm just expecting to always leak on this stage. Because Pinecone needs to be on this side to effectively deal with the drone, combined with the trash. And that means she can't deal with the drones all that well. I guess I can try putting her so she protects the drones, but she's gonna die to a few car hits, so that's really awkward. Because she doesn't actually have the... She doesn't outrange the drones, right? So the drones will just fire back and shoot her in the face. Feels very awkward. Does it have to be a guard? I guess. Okay, let's test it out and see. If we can just rush her to the drones and if you do something there. Българин да. Well, we can use the cars to tank for her, I guess. That's an option. Oh, yeah, sometimes it... Okay, we're dead. I forgot the stage sometimes does that, and it can spawn the drones on the other side. And when it does that, I'm just fucked. Because only the first drones are from this side, and then it goes back to the other one. Hate this stage. Hate, 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 hate. So the next waves are actually going to come from the right. So I still need to set up the other location anyway. Yay, fighting drone swarms without pinecone. Go! Generate DP. No, I guess she does that now. I guess we can switch to an alternative formation. I don't really like using this variation much, but it is workable. Which cutter skill are we running? Ethan skill's better here. Unless he whiffs. Ideally we don't want to use Contrail skill here, because it won't cycle properly for the next part. We're fine with losing random stuff here and there. Stay still for a moment, please. Thank you. We won't have Perfumer's extra healing for the next wave, so our job now is to set up in such a way that Pinecone doesn't get insta-killed by drones. We put one body here so the first drone fires and spawn, so they can stack up better. Though they basically move as they fire, so there's only so much we can do on that end. Throw bodies to get shot in the face. Yay, playable. Haven't used Contrail in IS4 much. She really shits on this stage, whoa. I feel like the best way to play this stage, whether I have Myrtle or Snežanka, would be to just drop fucking Contrail in the middle and just not deal with the stage at all. We just take her. Yeah, why not? Oh, I can actually beat ending 1 now. Amazing. Free win stage. Why not worse roach? I don't know what that means. There is no worse roach. All roaches are inherently the worst. By the virtue of being a roach. What is a worse roach even supposed to be? This is going to look so stupid, but hey, at least it generates DP for once. And then we can probably just... yeah, Jessica's gonna do it better. I really doubt Ethan will die to spines, so we'll just leave him there. It's fine if he gets the shield, I genuinely don't care. You can just redeploy her. I think I wanted Indigo afterwards, if I remember how this works. And yeah, we can just face tank the pigs. Yeah, so now Click gets full damage even though the shield is facing them. Because of magic. Using guards feels so bad in IS4. At least my guards. Maybe other people's guards do better. Whoops, we let 2 of them stack. The actual counter to these guys is eaten, so that's fine. They're not a threat at all. What's a Moonar? Sounds like a food. Okay, so we do have a bunch of attack speed here. The only way she could be better is if we also had a starting SP book. But I still feel like I'll just get about the same DP out of a Myrtle. Or at least enough that it doesn't matter afterwards. Like, yeah, she gives me like 25 DP instead of the 14 I'll get from Myrtle. But once you're past the first rotation, you should have DP to spare. Genuinely just don't see why I would pick her over Beanstalk or Myrtle. Okay, time to figure out a way to die on floor 5 before the boss. Well, I wasn't planning on buying anything, so that's a very lucky debuff. The next one is also irrelevant. Should we try robbing the shop? That'd be a pretty funny way to die. Or we can kill ourselves in a bosky. So many options. Oh, we're definitely going here for starters. A random item. Reduced defense on enemies. Okay, so through the shop is the correct path, because I want to minimize the amount of fights I take on floor 5. Even if I buy nothing from it. Which will probably be the case. This is really good, but we're gonna skip it. 36 ASPD. We already have Golden Chalice, not worth. Reroll. This one's more worth. Okay, let's try to rob the shop and die honorably. Fighting the boss is for cowards. Second medic doesn't do anything here. Body is better. I think this works. Oh, there's an enemy on the top. Whoops. Wrong lane. Feel like you need to know the stages really well to be able to properly abuse this class. Oh, we got the more annoying spawn. Yay for Caper. And now we just switch to a chunkier body to tank the archers and we should be fine. Doesn't mean I want the melee enemies to touch it all that much though. Yeah, DP generation is fine later into the map. So the question is whether DP generation later into the map is useful to me or not when I'm picking her over something like Myrtle. Granted, this is with attack speed present. If I don't have attack speed present, she doesn't have that advantage over Myrtle. Because yeah, she's generating DP, and what am I doing with that DP? I'm looking at it go up. I'd say that'd be her biggest disadvantage compared to something like Myrtle. Because I can just drop Myrtle at the nanosecond the stage starts, I don't need to wait for enemies to spawn in. So it kind of slows down my early game if I pick her over Myrtle on a lot of stages. Oh, fuck off, cannot. Now I can see the niche it have over Myrtle in IS. If I have attack speed items and it's a stage where I'll need DP later into the stage. Because not every stage is just deploy your shit and AFK. But a lot of stages are exactly that. So, even if she has benefits in a lot of stages, she has downsides in many others. Where's the cat? Other cat? Are you gonna complain about every 6-star that does damage? Because if you're just gonna go Lemu and Exia, Tragodia, whatever the fuck is released next, that's gonna get old really fast. Almost as old as complaining about the roach itself. Oh, okay, that's physically impossible, to be fair. Yeah, instant case. Buff casters. Lives. Useless item. Useless item. Useless item. Does the Ambrio Quant power creep the roach? Not really, but if it has a big damage number, we have to complain about power creep. It's just the rule. Nothing we can do about it. How many fights do we have left? I can reach 6 fights, so it's too early to drop this rune. We need to move forward, and yeah, this fight's a free win. That's about what the squad will take to the boss, I guess. Might throw Cutter out for something else. The agent model that she had was the one that reduces targeting, right? It reduces her priority. So I should be able to just drop her Pinecone Quora. Oh, this stage success. I mean, for the boss stage. We'll see if we get the emergency one or the normal one. May can kill this guy, but Jessica can't, so... we'll open in a really goofy looking way. Oh yeah, we had these fuckers here. That's fine. I really don't remember the stages enough to be using this archetype, I swear. Yep, can't reach from here, of course. I'll need to retreat. Okay, let's see which model we have. I guess I can test it like this. No, she definitely still has targeting. But that's over Ethan. I should test with some other unit. Ethan is inconclusive evidence. Okay, so now they're shooting at Quora. Yeah, okay, she has that model. Whoops. Simplest solutions are the best solutions. Unfortunately, the actual simplest solution for this stage is to have Jaya on it, so we don't actually have that here. Go! Invisibility that isn't Contrail. Okay, so let's see if we dive to the boss fight. We should be able to do the emergency one actually. We do have the health to not get one shot. E2 medic, of course. Was that the annoying one? Oh yes, this is the annoying one. I have beaten it with 4 stars before. Fuck me if I remember how. The bleed definitely did more damage, that's not even a question. Oh yay, the shops that aren't in the game are going to cost less. Okay, so we do need Moose for sure. We bring Jaya here. Second medic is basically forced. As far as I remember, I needed to somehow make my way on the right side and kill the trumpets for tiles. Unless they have enough health to not get one-shot by a trumpet, which I doubt. Well, do we even have a tile that's safe to deploy? Maybe for once we will. Okay, yeah, we have a bunch of safe tile here, so we can use that to generate some DP. As for the other ones, we'll wait until this one fires and then set something up there. Yeah, Pinecone should have enough health to just face tank. Oh. We are going to eat the first shot with Jessica though. So we can set up some other stuff there. And I just start opening up some more tiles here. I kinda forgot that the ice has infinite health. Does she make it? How much damage does this thing do anyway? I guess I can see in Contrail. Let's see if it kills Contrail. Yeah, so Contrail can survive that, so Pinecone should too. Yeah. And awkward and stupid looking as it is. Yeah, Perfumer can walk off the shot, so for the most part we can ignore these assholes over here. Oh yeah, we had asshole drones. I kinda forgot about that. I guess we can just drop a medic here and have them get shot in the face consistently. Do they survive that or not? Oops. Too many stuff happening. Let's go at 1x speed for a bit. We're just gonna leak almost everything on the right side, by the way. It's simpler than actually trying to deal with all of this shit. So from there it's all just timing. I guess we can use this tile if we're using some other tile. Caster shouldn't die to an explosion. They will die to the boss though, so we need a different kind of body here. Let's do this. The taunt here is super annoying for me, because they have no good operators that deals with these guys effectively. Which is why I often end up leaking them, even if I don't really want to. Okay, go away, so I can actually set up properly. Now, my problem is I actually don't remember how the rest of this stage plays out. Do we have a bunch more enemies coming after these guys fuck off, or do I need to face the boss first? That makes a big difference, but I don't really remember. I guess these guys are safe to retreat for now. There is nothing left in range. Oh yeah, there was a million drones. How could I forget? Let's see if we can just kill the boss before we have to deal with anything else. It will solve a lot of problems for me. Yeah, we can afford to leak those. Just focus on the boss. Frozen in the air, whoa. That's a new one to me. Okay, so this lane is sorted out. And then we can probably leak almost everything on the other lane and just not give a shit. So we will win the harder version of this fight. Yay! I hate the random emergency boss fights. They are such bullshit. Oh yeah, I can't use this style because of the frozen one. I guess we're using this one then. If anything, we're overkilling on that lane. Don't care about the stray leaks. Yeah, she can tank a bomb or two. It's fine. I don't think there's enough enemies to kill us on the bottom, so we can probably just ignore them for the most part. There's definitely enough fucking trumpets though. Oh, the dodge. Whoa. Yep, at least that's about to all that shit. Yeah, actually I don't think we can even die anymore. I straight up don't think there's enough enemies left to kill me. No, maybe I'm wrong looking at the other lane. Let's count. We have 13 lives. There's 4 here. Assume we fail to kill the big one, though we probably will. So that's what? 93. Yeah, we still need to kill with the drones. That should be all we need to deal with. Well, let's just drop Moose on his head. And a human sacrifice to get rid of the drones. So they can't freeze Pinecone, and yeah, we can just leak everything on the right side and then we win. Ugly as this looks, there's just not enough stuff to kill me there, so it's not my problem. What killed Contrail during skill? The drones, of course. GG. Okay, so we beat the annoying ending, to my surprise. We had a bunch of items though. Nah, it was a pretty bad clear. I haven't played this stage in forever though, so I don't remember how it works. Anyhow. So... the Snow Woman. Overall, I'd say the biggest problem for using her in IS is that you really need to know the stages well, to know where exactly to deploy her to get DP quickly. Because even if you have... because she generates less DP than Myrtle naturally, any wasted time puts you further and further behind just using a Myrtle. And then the combination of her own very small range makes it very hard to use the slow. So even if she has other benefits over Myrtle technically, it's hard to get to them. Even when I had attack speed, I don't feel like I got more out of her than I would out of Myrtle, purely because I didn't deploy her in the correct spots. You kind of need knowledge on how the maps work because of that, otherwise it's hard to get value out of her. We'll try one more run, I think. You can always obviously just take Myrtle and her, but... I feel like if you're playing IS-4, you can just save your DP. Other ISs, sure, go for it. Okay, so if you, I guess I should add this. If you're playing IS-5 or IS-6, you might be better off, since they cost 0 hope, to get both her and Myrtle, if you don't have anything else to use your squad space for. Because both of them at E1 would be better than either of them at E2. Because both Myrtle and Снегурочка get very little out of getting E2'd. You can say she's very skill demanding, and I would agree with that. My problem is that I wouldn't get rewarded for that skill with anything in return. I feel like you need to plan how to use her to just break even with Myrtle. And when I could be focusing on other things on the map, that feels pretty unsatisfying to me. So yeah, so far I haven't seen anything to change my opinion that she's a pretty poor operator, but run number 2. Yeah, it's fine if you want to use her at E1 to generate DP, though I would point out that you can use Myrtle for the same thing. And before you get a bunch of ASPD, their DP generation is comparable anyway. The big advantage Cantabile and Ines have over her, beyond just straight up generating more DP, obviously, is that they have camouflage and invisibility, so they can simply be deployed on some very dangerous enemy. Say this is some caster with those 3000 arts damage and one-shots the shit out of everything. I cannot use Snežanka to farm DP from him, but I can use Ines and Cantabile for the exact same purpose. I say that's her biggest limitation. Oh yeah, and also that you have to have her deployed for 10 seconds before she starts generating DP. And if you can't instantly drop her on some map because there's no available target, or god forbid you don't have 300,000 hours in IS so you don't know how all of the maps work, you can waste a ton of potential DP she can generate and end up far behind if you were just using Myrtle. Like I said, when you have attack speed, sure, she's better later into the map, once where the enemies are coming from is obvious in your setup, but how valuable is DP to you at then? I think it's important to note that the most important DP on any map is the one you get right at the start, in the first 30-40 seconds. And I feel that's where she walks behind Myrtle the most. Because you can just get maps that will require a ton of DP from you soon, but don't have any DP, no item, that won't have any DP right at the start, because she needs an enemy to farm. Yeah, even with a bagpipe she doesn't get an instant, which is pretty rude. You need an item to actually give her the skill instantly. Okay, we got her right away. Snow Woman round 2. She feels very similar to Verdant, honestly, where you could describe her as the bare minimum of what the archetype does. It's more like a description of the archetype than a practical case of it. But my issue with it is that Verdant is still somewhat usable and has a unique niche. His skills are complete dogshit, his talent is awful, but the Doorkeeper archetype is so fucking broken that none of that matters and Verdant can still find a use. The Agent archetype is not inherently good, like the the trait is just that they have one block and shit stats. That's nothing, they don't gain anything from this trait. Their power comes from their skills and talents. So an agent with a bad skill is a bad agent, while a Doorkeeper with a bad skill is still a Doorkeeper. And they can do the body switching thing, which is the core of their identity. I guess I can pull 2 sheep from here. Yay! Use the gravel. Click will have to kill herself in this chest. Oh, We're playing a normal mode. Why am I thinking about this shit? It literally doesn't matter. Pinecone solo DPS is the normal mode, so we can just suicide click into the chest twice. That damage is something else though. Negative infinity damage. I know she's doing her best. That's the worst part of it. You know that feeling when you are hoping somebody is sandbagging? Because at least it means they can do better if you motivate them. It's kind of like that. I'd say Canterbury is much stronger than 4-star Vanguards. Like, the gap is massive. I screw around with her when I'm clearing stages normally on occasion. Definitely feels way above my other stuff. So yeah, that's definitely too good for a 4-star. But the whack of a heli drop skill is a bit too much for me. This should be the emergency, right? No, we missed the emergency. I guess she can go kill a chest. You can say something like I could have pointed her at the axe and she'd generate more DP there. But this is one of those stages where the DP doesn't matter to begin with. I don't think her S1 is even a bad skill per se. Being slightly worse than Myrtle is a better DP generation than almost every Vanguard in the game. The actual issue is more like, this is a very niche skill. I need a target that doesn't move for her S1, that's tanky enough to not die, so something with defense. And then all I'm getting is a slightly worse Myrtle. It's very niche for what Myrtle does, but then it's even slightly less than Myrtle. It's restrictions without a payoff, exactly like her talent. Like, this is how much attack speed she gets. This is how much attack speed Click gets. At full model strength, Click gets 18, she gets 17. She has a restriction in her talent, Click doesn't. That's kind of how the rest of her kit feels as well to me. Like, you have the restrictions, but then you don't actually have any payoff for them. You can potentially find situations where her S1 is a good skill. For example, I've talked about it in the video, where if you have really reduced SP gen on the map and then you can use her offensive recovery to still get Myrtle level SP gen. But that's so niche. It will almost never come up in practice. I'm gonna clickbait the shit out of it the moment it comes up, of course, but having one use in 1,000 maps doesn't magically make something a good operator. Okay, we took Contreo last time. Let's actually do the serious thing and take Ethan. This bow is really fun, but also really expensive. Okay, now she's going to generate DP. Do you think taking this book is cheating? Because the book just gives you the same DP generation as her S2 has. So at that point I can just use her as a Myrtle where I just drop her at some safe tile. Yeah, I feel like the book is cheating. Bow it is. Book of Cheating. Reroll. Because can probably get away without need to click. Okay, we can spend over ingots. Let's fucking go. I won't click to die to 2 hits to everything. What was the maximum pull out here? 12? Yeah, she has that normal person look, which I do appreciate. I would appreciate it more if I could have a reason to use her more often. I just feel like I definitely won't. I think I want the hope here, because we won't see a shop for a while. Unfortunate, I lost the gacha. You know the worst thing about using my phone as a second monitor? Because apparently it kind of locks itself after 2 hours because it didn't have a higher option. Every time I have to unlock it to look at chat, I have to look at my home screen of Utunada. And I feel like, why should I unlock chat? How can I get rid of this? This is the free win stage, so we're taking it. By the way, Eton's one is better here. The Arc archetype, because that's the only name I'm going to accept, is fundamentally broken because it was just meant for Arc. The trait does not make sense for anyone else. So I can't seriously consider other classes because it's a nonsense archetype to begin with. Oh, we're gonna be dealing with the redeployment thing. Very nice. Like, it's a really old archetype, even though it feels very complicated, because it was from near the start of the game, and the trait was made specially for Ak. The funny thing about it is that he was the non-limited operator on his banner, and everyone was salty for getting him over Nian, but then he was 100 times better than Nian in practice. How do I keep getting the DP debuff so consistently? It's so annoying. Oh wait, she got 1v1 by a dog. Okay, so how do we play this? Wanna dunk the archer in the pool. See if we can kill this thing early. Great start. Okay, that's workable. We just leak the defender. Or maybe we don't have to leak it. Yeah, maybe we don't. If it's the highest target, it's fine. Whoops. I said that and then leaked it. Well, lives regenerate, that's not important. And once you leak, you're missing from that. What did we get in the other boss key, by the way? So, the one that we got on floor 3 last time was a squad limit. This one was squad limit. Are there other boss keys in this universe? Oh, and the shop is on the other side. The RNG is just trolling me. Don't need this, I think, because we should level from the next fight. That was the worst boss key ever. Oh, and we got the scam note. Actual worst boss key ever. Okay, since we got screwed by RNG, do I favor a scout note over a normal fight? What can we E2? In terms of not dying on the next floor, E2ing Pinecone is basically a must. But we also need more shit. What are the fights here? Free win and the free win. But this is potentially an emergency. And I'll just outright die if I get half of the emergencies here. Yes, we're just going forward then. So, this stage is really weird. Now, because you get rushed so hard, with 4 stars I find it better to just skip a Vanguard entirely and just set up my core operators first instead. If I had Murto, I would do the exact same thing I'm doing right now. It just works better in this order. Because by the time the Vanguard generates DP, I can just die. It looks really stupid, but this isn't a specific problem with Снегурочка. It's just how this stage plays with 4 stars. Skipping the Vanguard entirely and just rushing out the key operators just works better. Yeah, I'm kind of weirded out how much the discussion is about what operator is good. Because the game is so easy and everyone acknowledges it's so easy. I mean, most people just play it while they're doing something else, right? When you're not trying to do some stupid gimmicky run for fun. If you're just clearing the stages, you just throw random shit at it and then go look at something else. That's what most people I know do. Even ones that aren't tryhard players. So it's really weird how much the discussion revolves around what is good and what is bad. To be fair, it's not like I'm interested in the story, so I have no excuse there either. What's a non-dog shit guard to take? Other items are not useful for guards. So Hummus is useful on floor 3 and then completely worthless until the end of time. Everything else dies instantly. Moose is only good for the boss. Yeah, the cat is probably the best idea. We'll take Utage though. Yeah, I don't know if that's correct, Echigo. Like, I'm not even disagreeing with you, I just actually don't know. I don't have any experience with a single player game that's really easy. And the community discussion still mostly revolves around what's the best way to beat the challenges in the game. I guess my only point of reference would be something like Expedition 33, because that game is really easy, and most people there don't care about the game's balance at all, and are mostly focused on like how cool the game looks or the combos or whatnot. Well, I'm definitely stupid and I think it's easy, so... Oh yeah, by the way, Ethan just wins this stage. It's really, really funny. Well, RW, I'd say they weren't wrong, but counterpoint, they are a gacha game player, so they're kind of throwing bricks in their glass house a little bit. Normal people play FIFA and Call of Duty, so anyone in this chat is a no-life weirdo, I'm afraid. To not be one, you have to play Call of Duty, apparently. Which I genuinely don't get why it's popular, so I'm just not gonna do that. I'd rather be a weirdo. That's a poor phrasing from me. That implies I'm actually losing something here. Call of Duty or League of Legends? I have a knife in my kitchen. I think that's an option too. If those are my only options. Oh, we got this boss again. This floor sucks ass. So either guaranteed 3 fights here or gamble for a god tier boss key on the top. This run sucks complete ass and we're dead in the water right now, so we're gonna gamble that we're gonna get a god tier boss key. That will save this run. I wonder if this is doable. I mean, we have eaten. No, it's definitely not doable. But this run's going nowhere, so let's go back to floor 1. What's the current verdict for the new 4-star agent? I don't really see how you'd use her over Myrtle effectively. I feel like her DP generation is just too slow for that. Because under ideal circumstances, if you don't have any items buffing her, you're just going to get what you would get out of Myrtle anyway. And at that point, you have to question why you didn't just pick Myrtle so you don't have to bother with all this shit. No. The Eaton whiffs. Back to the first floor we shall go. Obviously the correct choice was to just skip this fight, but I feel like I don't have enough power to play the higher floors anyway, so resetting is better. That was a horrible floor too. Holy shit. I got every possible bad RNG roll I could have on it. I missed the shop in the boss key, I got the worst possible boss key, and I got the scout note after the boss key. So I had to take the worst possible path there. Okay, we're gonna do a frost leaf run, so you can see what that looks like. After that, I'm probably gonna go find some food though. What the fuck do I pick so a frost leaf run doesn't die immediately? Nothing, every stage will just kill us, so it doesn't matter. Force deep cover pick, I guess, because she has the most DPS. Yeah, I'm also in the group of people who've read Fate Night when they were 15 or something. Okay, you can begin betting will we make it off of the first floor? Снегурочка generates DP, so as such she does something that's infinitely more useful than nothing Frostleaf does, so there's zero competition. Okay, we're just going to die now. What a start, what a start. Oh my god, we might not die, because this guy is really slow. So we might kill enough enemies to actually survive. I'm shocked, I tell you. Yeah, we're gonna kill enough enemies to survive somehow. Amazing! Truly, this is the power of Frostleaf. Poor deep cover. Okay, caster. Oh, Click is a forced pick because she does the most damage. So there's nothing to think about. Okay, so now we're down to only 3 floor 1 stages that can kill us. Any emergency will 100% kill us, because the trash mobs will kill the tentacles. Will this kill us? Unsure. I want to deploy Click, then Frostleaf. So we can pull this asshole over here. Yeah, something like that. Luckily we got one of the stages that won't kill us. Very convenient. No, we don't have a deployment slot, I guess. Go, tentacles! Carry the enemy spam. I believe in you. Yeah, we were kind of done testing Снегурочка at this point, and somebody kept asking for Frostleaf, and they gave me money every month, so here you go. Defender is kind of the worst possible ticket we can get. Okay, we have several options. Skip straight to Quora, and no, that's the only option. I thought of taking one of literally anything else, but no, this is the only good option. Because with the medic we can do the shield guard stage. If we get the emergency, it won't kill us. Okay, this should be a free win, because the enemies can't kill Quora. Counterpoint, I also can't kill the enemies. And the tentacles will get 1v1 by a sheep. So yeah, we have some problems here. Stalling this one, so we can set up other shit. Click first, I reckon. Oh, let's fucking go! The tentacle is winning against the sheep in a 1v1. Amazing. What's a good place to put Frostleaf on? Holy shit. If I put her here, she has 400 defense, that's not that bad. I guess tanking the things on this side is better, so we'll have her over here. And then we'll have a medic until I figure we need the extra tentacle. And by need the extra tentacle, I mean right now to pull some sheep, so they can't overstack on me. Five-star primal caster. Are you talking about Bob or the other one? I'm still shocked there's an operator named Bob. My mind can't comprehend it. Okay, box saturation is fine. We shouldn't have any issues from here. The tentacle eats a sheep. And then we can even use Quora for extra block, though we won't need to. What are the story operators for H61 anyway? Blaze, Amia... Wait, why is Frostleaf there? Was Frostleaf even in that chapter? I guess you can take everyone from that preset fight we have in chapter 6. Super coach item. I don't want to spend my hope on a medic. Ansel is good enough for a long time, and we get another recruit for a medic. Fuck off. Oh my god! We're gonna have to E2 Frostleaf. No. No. I refuse. Fuck off, I'll just buy this item instead. Yeah, that's kind of an alternate universe story, I guess. We need the hope. Okay, so if we do that fight, we are dead. Alternatively, we can E2 Deep Cover, which we then can't use because we don't have the deployment spots. Truly excellent. This run is so cursed. IS4 just has a fucking horrible item pool. So I think the best strategy is the one that doesn't rely on items as much. When you're making any choice in IS4, you always gotta be asking yourself, am I coping to get a good item to make this operator work? Or will they actually be useful? Because the item pool is so vast that you most likely will not get that good item. Also, we still haven't gotten a fucking Vanguard ticket, so I can't pick up Снегурочка. It's evil, I tell you. You always rely on some amount of items, you know, fucking obviously when you're playing on difficulty 15. Unless you're playing with 6 stars and actually know what you're doing. But there's a difference between relying on items in general to raise your power level to beat it, and hoping for a specific item so you can run a combo. That's very unreliable in IS4 because there's a fuck ton of items in IS4. So getting any one specific item for some combo sucks ass. On the other hand, in IS5 you get like half the item pool every run, so you're far more likely to find that item. And it's far more worth running strategies like that. The chat baited me into starting with Frostleaf. So, and we still haven't gotten a Vanguard ticket. And the way it's going, we'll probably die before we get one. Earlier in the stream we had a full run that won with Снегурочка as our only Vanguard. Oh my god! Let's do the worst possible choice. For the 10% fucking guards damage. But can I beat this stage even? No, we're gonna have to skip it. Fuck me. Why did I not pick hummus? Ah! Then I could have taken that stage. Go to the shop. Give me something semi-usable, please. No, actually, fuck it. I'm just using this on the next one over, though. And we'll hope we get a 4-star from there. E1 Eton doesn't do much for me. But hey, it's better than nothing. What the fuck is a Vanguard? Burn, money, burn. Yes, save me, Cruz. We now have DPS. I wouldn't say this is hard, because we're going to die in the next 2 fights at most. Oh yeah, use this. How dare you, Vortex? I'm going to sue you for asking such an evil question. Is this fight doable? Ansel and Quora is no fucking way, but we can compensate with tentacles. And for the baseline, Iwan Eaton, so no, we're fucked, so we're doing the other one. Wait, how do I do this stage even? I guess Quora will tank the basic enemies at least. So the stage should be playable. Like something like Quora, Cruz, Eaton over here. And then we have Frostleaf and Click on the caster side. We're so fucked. Double health caster, my favorite. Okay, so that was Tau the caster, so it won't be my problem for a while. Wait, we're going to do the ultimate combo. Look at that slow. Clearly this is what Frostleaf was meant for. And she does damage too. Ignore us leaking on the top lane, that doesn't matter. Frostleaf is doing a thing, guys. She now stopped doing the... Oh, she froze a caster! Holy fucking shit. We're taking so long to kill a crocodile that we actually ran out of defense in the middle, by the way. So now Quora can take damage from basic enemies. Most unfortunate. I guess that's what we use the skill for. What the fuck do I even retreat here? I feel like I'm playing the emergency, but I'm getting bodied by the basic version of this stage. Oh, look, Frostleaf is back. She's gonna carry by. Never mind. I forgot about the caster in the middle. Oops. Deep cover carried though. That range. We get to kill a caster. Ooh, we aren't dead. That was better than expected. We are not going to kill that bear. Can promise you that much. Frostleaf does numbers? Since when? Yeah, it's pointless to heal. It's not fast enough anyway. Oh, I guess we can win if we get a million item binds. That's 1 million item binds. Still 1 million item binds. And 2 million item binds were not enough. Tragic. It's an E1 item. He got as many binds as expected. If it was an E2 item, he would have stomped the stage on his own. Speaking of E2s, yay! We have 2 good operators in this squad. Progress. Which means we can now go and do this stage. What the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I playing this seriously? Now I have to play more of this stupid fucking run. Big mistake. Oh, you think this team is bricked, do you, Nugget? An interesting thought. I definitely haven't thought of that idea. I thought that Frostleaf was a good pick. Thank you for opening my eyes. That this squad is actually kind of bricked. The problem with Frosted Leaf runs is that you have Frostleaf in your squad. Oh my shit, I have 0 damage. Okay, at least we're confirming that the tentacles will work after Quora dies. That's good to know, I guess. We can hit 1 bomb to the face, it's fine. Okay, we didn't die to casters, shockingly enough. We're probably about to. Whoops. We're waiting until more of these guys get in range. Yeah. That should be workable. God damn it, we're still not dead. Kill me already, cursed game. Oh, of course. So we won't be able to psycho stuff fast enough here. Because the dog just walks straight through, and I happen to retreat eaten out of habit. Oh look, that slow is carrying. Okay, so how do I not die to the boss now? Oh, we have it and it doesn't matter. I just need to avoid chain hits and we're fine. I guess I can take Gummy if I care. Or E2 Quora. Which is bad here anyway, but meh. I don't want Gummy. Also, we still don't have a Vanguard. What a scam. Replace an item. I actually have good items all around, so I'm not sure what I want to replace. I guess the extra health. Let's go die! Yeah, I should have taken Utunada, good point. That was a good way to lose. I should have done that instead. That way I could be free of this run. My torment would be over. We're gonna end up with an incredibly stupid looking structure because I want to avoid the chain hits as much as humanly possible. We can use a tentacle to bait away most stuff over there. So yeah, just... Okay, I guess that guy's just home free then. Or not. Go Frostleaf, I believe. He was exactly in the center, so we got to push him back. That was kind of lucky. Don't mind if she dies. Actually, it doesn't matter, because I'll retreat her anyway. Okay, and now we want tentacles there to tank stray hits from the boss until the end of time. Oh, he'd die from... If he gets stunned, I don't need to block, which is why I'm waiting. Yeah, we need to block now. Annoying as it is. Quora's kind of useless here, so just drop her to stall the boss for me. None of the DP matters anyway, I'll just kill her. Human sacrifices to keep the ranged stuff alive. Cause who the fuck has the squad space for a fucking medic in this economy? Okay, those are good. Oops, could have saved that one. Too late now, I guess. Remove this body. Tragically, I think we're not going to die. God damn it, I can even afford to leak the boss. Why won't you end me? Yeah, I thought I was just gonna die somewhere in floor 3, but tragically we made it through, so now I have to play floor 4 with this garbage. The game truly has no mercy. Yes, Frostleaf is too strong. So even though the rest of her squad is so bad, she's carrying so. Worst possible debuff to get on the early floors. Nice, nice. Super broken item that we can't abuse. Excellent. Vanguard, finally. We can pick an agent Vanguard who might even be useful, allegedly. There were rumors of it. Okay, so I think there are 0 fights I can take on floor 4. Because my only damage is literally just click and fucking Eaton. So I guess we just head straight for the shop. Useless hope. Salvation. Is this it? Or I get to live? If I get another sniper ticket, this is a playable floor. This is not a playable floor. And yeah, I can't afford anything here. I already showed off Caper's model on the first run of the stream, which I also won. Okay, so this is unplayable. This is instant death. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we can summon shields. Well, I guess objectively I just want to go to the Bosky, and this fight is less horrifying than this one, so I guess we're going up. Why am I not dead yet? We have spinach, so we definitely want to leave Cruz inside this squad. And we also have to... No, I actually think I want to get rid of Quora. This is so cursed. Yeah, of course the statements were reversed because the numbers are shit. That's how it works, how the game works. You either have good numbers or you're not a good operator, with no in between. This is why I never bother commenting on what operators do before I see the numbers. Oops. Forgot to retreat. Okay, how do we set up this so we don't die to basic enemies? Then again, dying to basic enemies sounds really fucking attractive about now. So maybe I want to die to basic enemies. Yay, the drone is dead. Can actually hit stuff now. Progress. Still dead though. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Go, Tentacle, go! Deep Cover is such a good operator here. Truly, we are blessed. Yeah, and because she has spinach, 90% of her damage is from the skill, so it doesn't matter if I put her in the Black Fog. Which is why I did that in the first place. Do you think we'll make it out with the power of Frostleaf? Tragically not. Frostleaf could not carry the day. Oh, these guys do 600 damage per hit. GG. And that was the Frostleaf experience. Okay, time to locate some food. Overall opinion, Снегурочка. I feel like she's worse than Myrtle 90% of the time, and by the time that she becomes better than Myrtle with attack speed and map knowledge and whatnot, I feel like the difference isn't big enough to justify picking her over Myrtle. So yeah, I don't see much use for her in IS over just picking Myrtle. Thank you for killing me, game. No more Frostleaf for today. Okay, see ya.